everyone, and welcome back to another episode. Today, I'll be making fried rice, Nigerian fried rice. So, let's get right in. First, I'm putting my chicken into the pot to start the process of boiling. So, I learned this thing where you don't put water immediately, you let the chicken bring out the water. So, I put in my salt, seasoning, then I put in curry, thyme, ginger, garlic, and also paprika. So I've never tried paprika before. I just added it to my spices shelf, and so I wanted to see how it would turn out. And I only just realized that paprika is basically dried bell pepper, red bell pepper. Anyways, I'm just giving everything a good stir and then allowing it to boil and simmer before I put in a little water to boil the chicken very well. After that, I want to start the process of frying my rice. So I put in some butter in the pan and then add in some oil, stir. After that, I put in some onions. Onions is like I've forgotten one funny name my teacher is called onions, but onions is a very key ingredient. After that, I put in some curry. Then curry is what gives it that color. The curry and the butter gives it that very pretty color you are going to see next. So after that, I'll put in my rice, my washed rice. So after washing the rice, I'll put it into the pot. So I'm putting in my rice, making sure I get all the grain of rice because rice is not expensive now. So after putting in the rice, the idea is to continue stirring and frying the rice on low heat. Guys, remember low heat is very important. So you continue to stir the rice on low heat, just like I'm doing in the video, and you'll see that after a while the rice is going to change color. So you can continue to do this for about 5 minutes. Can you see the color change? Yes, when the color has gotten to your satisfaction, you put in some water, just enough water to cook it. Remember, it's fried rice, you don't want it to be soggy, you want it to come out very nice. So frying the rice also makes it firm. So I put in water, then I put in some salt, and then I cover and allow it to cook. While I'm doing that, the chicken I was boiling earlier, I'm going to fry them. One thing here is that like I didn't even use the stock to make the fried rice. I wanted to use the stock for something else, so I just kept it for that purpose. Now we're heading back to the rice. Let's just check. It's almost ready. So now it's time to mix our veggie. I put in some sesame oil into my pan and I added some granite oil to it. Then first thing I did was fried my sausage a bit. I just fried it a little bit, almost like browning it. I didn't want it to give me that dry or crispy taste. I still wanted it to be a little soft. So I fried it for just about 2 minutes. And you see that I've gotten the color on some of the sausages. I let it stay for a little more, and then I take out the sausage, go in with my key ingredients again, onions. Fry the onions for about 1 minute just to let it get a little brown. After frying with the onions, I go in with all my other vegetables, my green bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, and then allow all of them to fry, and also add in some of my carrots. So I'm just going to stir. I learned something a while back while cooking fried rice, and it is that add your spices to your food gradually. For instance, don't add everything at the beginning. So I'm adding little to my rice, little to my vegetables, and the way I'm adding little to the vegetable is in batches. So I don't just put all the seasoning at once. I'm putting it gradually, just so that the seasoning gets into every part of the rice, every ingredient. You get me? All right, let's continue. So after putting my ginger, garlic, seasoning, salt, I think I put a little paprika and I stirred everything. Then I finally went in with my green peas because the green peas was canned. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to put it last. Then I also put in my sweet corn and my sausage. Because this one, the sweet corn is also canned, so I decided to put it last. And then I'm stirring, giving everything a good stir, allowing all the ingredients to mix properly together. Then my auntie came and said, "Oh, I should put chicken breast. That she has one chicken breast. Let's add it." And I said, "Why not? Erojama fikpeni." So she gave me the chicken breast. I added it. After adding the chicken breast, I then went with my final vegetable, which is the spring onions, and my vegetable is ready. Now it's time to mix. So what I did was I learned also that don't just younger me will just pour all the ingredients in and start turning with a turning stick, digging down the pot. But now I know better to mix it in batches again. So I first of all move the rice into a smaller pot like this, just as you see me do. Then I would put in the vegetables little by little, and then I would mix after I put in a batch. Then once I'm satisfied with what I have, I would go in with another batch of rice and another batch of vegetable, and I do that over and over again until I'm done mixing the rice. Fried rice used to be my favorite thing to make when I was young, and I think it still is now, right? Because at that age, and when I was younger, maybe like 4, 5, 6 years ago, because it is one of the foods that gave me the opportunity to experiment with a lot of vegetables. Then I had not started to really explore other foods and vegetables, so fried rice was usually the go-to thing to try when I wanted to make anything with extra vegetables than jollof rice and stuff. So I enjoyed making fried rice. Then, but now I think I can explore more food options that allows me to try a wide variety of vegetables. Now I'm almost done. I'm putting in another batch of rice and another batch of vegetables and giving everything a good mix. At this point, even I was already feeling myself. I can feel myself wait, Moria lower she be anyway to bad rice. See, oh my fall in love ASAP. So at this point, you're already done with the cooking, so you can turn off your stove. Once your vegetable is ready, I like to turn off my stove while I'm doing the mixing to ensure that the rice doesn't get soggy again. So the stove was off at this point, and I'm just doing the mixing like I've explained earlier. Again, I think I would make another fried rice, but I would use liver instead of sausages. All my life I've used sausages to make fried rice, and that's because sausage is easier to find than liver. It's less stressful to cook and cut, because sausages you just have to fry them. Liver you still boil them and fry them, and it's not as easily available, like it's not readily available like you'd find sausage at almost everywhere. So I've always just gone with the flow. In fact, when I was younger, I was lazy to cut vegetables, so I would always buy mixed veggies. Now I can still buy mixed veggies, oh, but I feel like it's not that bad. Then I have this kitchen device that helps me slice vegetables, and that's why I used to slice this vegetable. So it wasn't a big deal. So now I'm done and I'm putting the final batch of vegetable. You can see that I have more vegetables left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I mix this down to the bottom of the pot so that other and parts of the rice that didn't get as much vegetable would then come to the top and it will be properly mixed. Look at this rice now. Isn't she beautiful? Tell me that you see this rice and look over it at the supermarket. Tell me. No, Miriam, you sabi this thing. You sabi this work. Guys, I'm taking orders for your fried rice. Bye.